Okay, are we streaming? It is starting. So you're going to have to bear with me today, and here's why. I am trying out OBS, which is a resource for people that want to live stream. Now, I've never used it before, but as you can see, it's got like this cool graphics here on the live stream, and that's because OBS gives you the ability to do so many cool features with live streaming. Oh, here we go. Hey, Dave. Hey, Robert. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Check this out. Santa Claus, coffee. We're in good shape. So, anyways, I am testing out a new live streaming software, OBS, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Can you please chat and see, is the audio good? Hey, John. Hey, nice to see you again, buddy. Does the audio sound good? How does the video look? I'm going to try to improve. Really, today is another trial. I mean, I'd like to be able to keep live streaming in the future, but I don't know what I'm doing, as we've talked about. You're full of coffee. Well, so am I, but I'm drinking another one because, you know, I've got a little bit of the nerves for live streaming. I got to drink some coffee to make myself even more anxious. Everything checks out good on my end. Hey, what's up, Will? What's going on, man? Hey, were you in Kentucky? Have you been catching any pigs? I hope you were. Hey, Northern Michigan angler, Adrian, my friend. This looks so professional. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Scott Branch, what's up? Audio video is great. This is good to hear. I had no idea what to expect. Check this out. Watch this. Ready for this? Whoa! Link in the description. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm getting all these cool new fun things to do. Hey, Dirty Dan, my brother. I hope you're having a very great Merry Christmas. All right. Today, really, the point of this live stream is simply to, you know, catch up, do a little Q&A, chat, talk fishing, go over some of the 2019 plans, so on and so forth. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what I'm thinking for 2019. But I'm also going to make a video on that. I haven't done it yet. I haven't filmed it. So hopefully here in a few days, we'll get that going. Hold on. Not seeing more. Trying to learn more about this. Give me 1 second. I have to. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I went to Kentucky and skunked, but now I got a ton of stuff and a grotto. Hey, that's good. I hope everyone got some wonderful fishing presents, because that's what it's all about. I just watched The Grinch, and that was a great movie. I love that movie. But yeah, okay, so as far as 2019 goes, you know what? You have spoken. The people have spoken. And I know a lot of you want to see more kayak fishing, more finesse fishing like Ned rigs. And I promise you this, that's exactly what you're going to get. The other things that I'm going to try to do more of is actually I'm going to try to do a lot more ultralight fishing. That's just simply because I love ultralight fishing. You know, we've talked about it 1,000 times. It's just fun. So I can promise you that that's going to be on the way. I want to do big swim bait fishing. So Will has really, you've been pushing me on this, man. You've been saying, get out there and throw swim baits. There it is. I see the comment now. And yes, I'm going to try to do that. I want to do more of like a series around it and try to pick up a couple swim baits. Hey, Merry Christmas, Snare and Bait. Jared, right? Yes, it's Jared. I know it's Jared. Merry Christmas. Yeah, so I'm going to try to throw some swim baits. I'm going to try to throw a lot of ultralight, a lot of finesse. But I'm really just going to kind of do the same thing I did this year, except try to get better about it, you know, I want to keep getting better at video quality. I want to keep getting better at live streaming. I definitely want to do more live streaming in the future. You know, I'm working a lot on this, you know, as we can see, we've got some, you know, we've got the online outdoorsman here on the page and everything. I've been working really hard in OBS to try to make this thing look good. Dan, yes, fly fishing stuff. I promise you that I have not given up on fly fishing yet. It's more a matter of figuring out exactly what I want to chase, and I need to learn a little bit more. If you would come visit me, then we could do that together. Teach me your ways. You are a fly fishing lord. You have any DC reels? I'm loving the DC grotto. I do not. I do not have any DC reels. I haven't bought a new casting reel in years. So I don't know if I'll get one anytime soon or not. I'm not really interested in spending a bunch of money on that right now. How did I miss it? Well, Mr. Panda, it's nice to see you here finally. I thought you would be the first one in here. I'm just playing. It's Christmas. I will give everyone, you know what? You need to make sure you're spending your time with your family and your friends. So I do really, really, really appreciate you coming and spending time with me. That's really, I really do appreciate that. So anyways, you know, one thing I wanted to talk about though a lot more in 2019 than I did in 2018 is my mission. And as you can see right there, my mission is to inspire a love for the outdoors. And I haven't talked about that a lot. And I'm kind of kicking myself because it's unfair of me not to talk more about that. I want people to be able to spend more time outside, and I want people to really just see the value and the beauty of the outdoors. I want to protect our environment. I want to be a conservationist and protect species. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I like doing. That's the kind of stuff that I believe in, and I need to speak about that more often. So I wanted to make sure that I pointed out what my mission really is. So that's why I have this little deal here today. You teach me the ways of the net, and I'll teach you the way of the big glidey boys. All right, between all of my viewers, I've got a lot of swimbait fishermen. Adrian, I know you're going to teach me lots, so I appreciate that. Here's what I need from you guys. Will, Adrian, everybody else in the comments right now that family had me up at 6 a.m. Wow. You know what? My family had me up till like 2 a.m. last night, so went to like midnight church. It's kind of a thing we do. And I was really tired, so I slept in this morning. But yeah, I'm going to need you guys to help me out. What kind of swim bait should I be buying? I was thinking I definitely want to take your suggestion, Adrian, and throw that big bluegill one. I can't remember the names of any of this stuff. The big, it's like a jackal, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to pick up some of those, but I need some more suggestions. So feel free to hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Let me know. Thoughts on eating bass? I kind of get PO'd about it. You know, I don't eat bass. I'm more of a sport fisherman, as you guys know. I don't have a problem with people that do. I just don't want, I don't want you taking bass out during the spawn, that sort of thing. Well, I have a 5-minute fish talk on that exact discussion. So you can check out that 5-minute fish talk if you want to talk, look into that. Whoa. All ghosts are actually aliens, and they are hiding right in front of us. Don't know what that's all about, but it's kind of scary. Depth 250. All right, well, we're going to need to, raise some money if I want to throw some Depths 250s, because I can't afford to be spending that kind of money on a bait. Yeah, Gantarel. There it is. I'm a little bit behind in the comments, I'm pretty sure, because OBS, the software that I'm using, probably lags a little bit. Adrian, thank you so much. You didn't need to do that, but I do appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate that a ton. Yeah, well, I will buy some swim baits, man. So I do actually really appreciate that. He's talking about Predator. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So what do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I could talk about anything from ultralights to swim baits. I know a couple of you like the swim baits. But personally, when it comes to 2019, I want to cover a lot of different things. Is there other subjects that any of your other folks want to hear about? Man, this coffee tastes delicious. Here's the difference between coffee at my apartment and coffee when I'm back home at my parents' house. The coffee at my parents' house is actually good, high-quality coffee. The coffee in my apartment is just trash. And not to say it's not good, because I love the taste of it regardless. But this coffee is like, it's on point. It's just got me so happy. You should check out some mini jointed swim baits. Absolutely. No, I think that's a great idea. I think what I'm probably going to do with swim baits is I'm going to work on a lot of the bluegills, like the smaller. They're not huge, but they're big enough to where they're considered a big swim bait. I'm going to throw a lot of like the bluegill style ones, because then I can probably be a little bit more of a numbers bait. So what I mean by that is I'm going to catch more fish. I might not catch the biggest one in the lake, but at least I'll catch some fish and build up some confidence. Ooh, getting a little indigestion there. Oh, also check this out. Get offline, go outside. Not right now. Keep watching the live stream. Merry Christmas, nerd. Hey, cyberbullying's not cool, but I'll let it fly for Colin. You guys remember Colin? Did you watch the Charlotte, North Carolina video? If you watched that C-Babs guy right there, that's my boy, and he's supporting, so I appreciate that. Maybe some drop shotting. Absolutely, Adrian. Yeah, no, I actually love the drop shot. And I didn't throw a lot of it on video this year, which is kind of odd because I used to throw it so much. But I guess I've just gotten so into the Ned rig lately that I just kind of forget about it because the Ned rig's just stupid productive in these waters. But drop shot for sure. During the summer, I had one video on it. About really the dog days of summer and how the drop shot can be a really, really highly productive bait for around weed edges and slow lethargic bass. Definitely can check into that. Don't click that. What, is somebody like sending links or something? What's the don't click that? I don't know. Anyways, let me check into some of this. I don't know what I'm doing with half of this stuff. Go to channel. Okay. Yeah, just trying to learn about live streaming. So there's going to be some of those awkward little moments, so I apologize for that. Let's see here. If any of you have Twitter and haven't checked it out yet, make sure to check me out on there. I've been trying to get into it a little bit, and honestly, I used to not like Twitter at all, but now I kind of like it. It's kind of a fun way to just kind of discuss some of the things that are on my mind, and I would love to be able to interact with you on there, catch up, talk fishing. It's a very, very good one to interact directly with people, so if you ever want to just message real quick on there, that's a good one for me. Get any Seaman presents today? No, honestly, we didn't do a lot of that present stuff anymore. I got presents like this hat. My parents gave me. I've got a bunch of clothes and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm to the point where we all make money and we just don't get like too over the top with presents. It's more just about spending time with my family. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, Ethan, you're on a live stream at your parents' house. What are you doing? But I'm here all week. So I wanted to take 30 minutes to catch up with my fishing friends and my outdoorsman friends. So yeah. Not a ton of presents, mostly just clothes and stuff that I really need. Some silverware. Is that exciting? That fork that broke? Yeah, I'm like out of forks, so I needed new ones. So thanks, Mom and Dad. You're going to the TC. Oh, yeah, man. Go up to Traverse, and I hope you catch some fish up there. It's been so warm in Michigan. I don't know when I'm ever actually going to ice fish, so I haven't even thought about that topic today. I don't know when I'm going to be putting out any ice fishing videos. It might be a month. I don't know. So I like Twitter because my mom doesn't have one. Yo, what's up, JMZ? It's my boy. Thanks for watching all the videos and everything, man. And all of you, thank you so much for watching it. No, you're good, Will. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. No, getting back to the swim bait thing. So I'm actually going to try to get some video content on that here soon. Just getting ready to, gear up for the spring. I know we got a long time yet because winter really just started, but I have a rod and reel. I have a G Loomis swim bait rod. Not that I care what rod you use, as I've said 1,000 times. I do have one of those, and then I have an old Shimano Curado, like the big 300 version. And it's, spooled up with fluorocarbon. I mean, it should get the job done just fine. So get a couple of those swim baits, probably a lot of the 2 to 4 ounces, and just get to chucking. I'm hoping that a lot of the wake and the glide baits, I think that those will be good. And I'm kind of hoping that I can catch some decent pike along the way just because I think it'll be funny. But yeah. Yeah, Dave, I don't know. I don't know when this ice is going to come. So it's like, shoot, with the 40... I don't even know what the weather's like in Michigan right now because I'm down in Kansas. But we've had all that 40-degree weather and we've had rain and stuff like that. It's like it's pushing the ice back a good amount. So I haven't even been able to really focus in on it. How do I can't even tell what's going on right now. So we've 18 watching. Hey, that's cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so anybody get some cool Ned rig equipment for Christmas? I hope so. You catch the biggins. Yeah, Will. I know you catch the biggins, man. You're a rock star out there. With regards to 2019 plans, let's talk about that for a second. A 5-minute fish talk. We are 43, 44 episodes in right now. How nuts is that? So I want to keep doing the 5-minute fish talk thing, but I did have some questions for you. You 18 here, you 18 that are here in the chat. Obviously, you like watching and consuming my content. if you have any more suggestions for 5-minute fish talk, it doesn't have to be right now, but make sure to let me know with those, because that's something that, 44 times we've made videos, and it's hard to keep the ideas flowing every single week. Sometimes I'll have like 5 ideas come to my head, and then sometimes I just really need your help. So that's kind of one thing that I wanted to bring up. You went fishing today, bro? I went fishing on my kayak today and I got skunked. Water temp was 45 degrees and very stained. Yeah, it's never good when it's cold and the water's actually getting dirtier. So if your water is normally stained and it's stained, that's fine. But if you have clear water that went stained and it's cold and on a declining trend, JMZ, that's really, really hard. So I would have just fished a jig and just fished it super slow, and just hoped that you could get one. But unfortunately, you got skunked. But hey, man, props to you for going out and chasing some fish. I wish that I would have went out and chased some fish today. There's not a whole lot of places that I could actually realistically catch fish around here right now. Well, John, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're liking 5-minute fish talk. Like I said, any subjects that I haven't covered yet that you want to see a video on, feel free to hit me up on any social media, or you can obviously always comment it in the comments below. Live chat on this is great as well, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to remember every last detail here. So, because I get distracted like crazy. It's like, whoa, squirrel. I seriously, I'm very easily distracted. So comments are a little bit easier for me to catch up with. So Northern Michigan, Adrian, no, it is actually a silver one. It's not the old green one. So it's not the Corrado E series. It's I think it's like a model or 2 before that, but it's a really good model. I got it, a long time ago. I bought it used, but it actually works really well. And also fish. Yeah, the Loomis that I have, as far as the weight that it's rated for, I can't remember what it's weighted up to. Maybe like 5 ounces or something. It's not like the 6 or 8 ounce lures that a lot of people throw. Well, that's lame. I'm sorry to Mr. Panda that you saw some people throw trash in the pond. That's lame. You just can't control what other people do. All you can do is try to be a positive influence on them. And so for me, one of my big goals is to inspire a love for the outdoors. And I feel like, all you can do is try to set a good example, not litter, not, screw up our environment, and hopefully people will latch onto it. Some people unfortunately are going to do just the opposite. And I'm just it stinks when you see that. Do an Insta poll for ideas. Absolutely. No, I agree, Will. And honestly, I don't know how many of you have noticed some of the community posts that I've been putting out on YouTube. But here, let me just pull one up real quick on my phone. So I screenshotted it, and it was like, I asked you a question as far as what style of fishing videos do you want to see in 2019? Finesse fishing, parentheses, Ned rig for life. Does that show up? 43%. Ultralight fishing, 22%. Power fishing, 17, so on and so forth. So I'm going to definitely be doing more of that with the community tab on YouTube. It's really, really helpful. So if you guys haven't seen those, make sure to just kind of keep an eye out for them. I love when we can get a feedback as a community and kind of determine what we want to do for 2019, because this channel is all about us, right? It's not about me. It's not about me catching a certain fish. It's all about, having fun together and spending time outside. And personally, I would like to do more content, outside of just fishing. I think right now my primary focus is fishing videos, but don't be surprised if I throw some camping material in there as well. Regardless, yeah, definitely we'll try to do some Instagram polls, but I think the majority of you are all on YouTube. And so I'm going to probably direct a lot of my questions and posts and that sort of thing on the community tab of YouTube. So please do look out for that. The 200 or super old 300. Well, it's the 300. It's the silver one. I don't remember what series it is. I don't have it with me. If I had it with me, I would just pick it up. But when is the next time you might come back to Charlotte? Well, honestly, the Charlotte trip, JMZ, it was just a random trip for work. I don't normally have business out there. It was simply like a training event that I was going to. And so I went out, and I kind of doubt if I'll be out there again for a long time, but I'm not going to count the idea out. I think Charlotte was amazing, and I would definitely like to go back and explore the area more if I ever have time. You know how it is, though. I mean, when you're working 40 40 to 50 hours a week. Yeah, time goes by fast and you don't always get the chance to go outside and, you know, travel. So I'll try to get out there again one of these days. Go on Tackle Warehouse and buy a 6-inch TT and General. My last. Oh, triple trout. Yeah, and Gantarelle. Oh, okay, yeah. Definitely think that a triple trout will be a purchase in the future. It's going to take a while for me to accumulate all these swim baits. I mean, this kind of stuff is expensive, and you know, I'm not sitting here complaining about it, but it's like I need a fish finder. You know, I would like to upgrade cameras at some point. I wouldn't mind, you know, getting some other camera equipment. So I can't necessarily buy, you know, 10 swim baits right off the bat. I'm probably going to just slowly accumulate them, to be quite honest with you. But I think a Gantarelle, I can't hardly say that word, a Gantarelle will be one of the ones in the future that I do buy. Triple trout maybe some days. So if any of you don't know what I'm talking about right now, essentially these are just names of big swim baits. The triple trout is a very, very popular swim bait. It catches all sorts of fish. It's caught some really, really monster fish, but it really catches fish anywhere, and I know a lot of people have a lot of luck on them. The Gantarelle, same thing. It's actually more of a bluegill swim bait, though, and so it's really got that big bulbous sunfish shape, and I guess it's got a great action, and people catch a lot of fish on them. So those are a couple baits that I will be picking up, but just because I know that they're weird-sounding names, some of you might not know what I'm talking about. Also bring a bag with my fishing gear and collect trash. Bradley, you the man. I'm so glad to read that comment. You know, that's something that I don't do a good enough job at. You know, and I could set a better example when I do go fishing and when I make videos. I do need to do the exact same thing. I've made videos of with that in the past, and I guess sometimes I just forget. But you're exactly right, Bradley. Picking up trash while you go fishing or hiking or camping or anything outside. Heck, if you're just walking your dog. My dad actually set a great example today. We were walking the dogs and he had a bag and he picked up trash along the way. And I was just like, man, you know, why don't I do that? We can all make a positive impact on the world if we just simply do little things like that. So Bradley, round of applause for Bradley. Thank you so much for doing that kind of stuff. Which of your kayaks do you like better? Lonnie, that's a great question. You know, I really like the Native. It's obviously, there's pros and cons of both, right? I'm not going to say that it's better for everything, but being able to pick it up and transport it easier for my lifestyle and for the places that I want to go and be able to pick up and leave quickly, it makes so much more sense. And I can still stand in it. No, it's not as stable as the Feel Free, but the Feel Free is very, very heavy. Is it a little bit maybe more comfortable on the water? It could be a little bit more comfortable, but I think what the reality is that Native just fits my personality and my fishing style better just because it is lighter. So I don't know. I'll probably still fish in the Feel Free a little bit here in the future, but I kind of have some ideas for potentially actually upgrading and selling the Feel Free at some point. I've fished in it hard for 4 years, and full disclosure, Native did, give me the opportunity to, fish on their pro staff or whatever. So I got, I can get deals if I so choose. But I'm not going to be biased. All kayaks are great. Feel Free makes a damn good kayak. But at this point, I think the Native is probably the one you'll see more often in the future. Garrett and I have been talking about starting the hashtag conserve our sport on IG. I love that, man. I think you should definitely do it, and I'll support in any way I can. So let me know, Adrian, if you do anything like that. Let me know how I can help. I've got the hashtag Project Disconnect, which I use on pretty much all social media. In fact, you'll see it right below in the YouTube platform. And what that really means is that we need to turn off our phones every once in a while, and we need to spend more time outside enjoying the beauty of this planet. And so, I'm trying to remind myself just as much as reminding anybody else by using that hashtag to say, I don't need to sit on this all day. My dad called me out for it the other day. You're just sitting there on your phone. It's like, turn it off. It's like, you know what, you're right. I can only look at Instagram for so long. It's just a pointless time waster. So spending time outside, even, whatever you may be doing, to me, it's like, it's so valuable. It's so important for everything. Not necessarily a topic for 5-minute fish talk, but another interest of mine is Native American artifact hunting. And I accidentally come across stuff while I'm bank fishing. Dude, that's awesome, John. You know what's funny? I've got some stories on that. I got to get a quick swig of coffee before we get going. Native American artifacts. First and foremost, that is a really cool hobby, and I'm jealous. I actually have some friends in high school. We would go fishing and hike, just kind of like exploring in these creeks in our area. And he found countless arrowheads, but his grandpa actually found like an actual tomahawk head that was, shaped by Native Americans. I thought that was fantastic. I think that stuff's really cool. I don't know if I'll ever do it on my channel or not, but I definitely think it's something that, I'd love to talk more about in the future. Greg, I'm not even going to give you any time today for that one, but nice to see you, Greg. I hope you guys are having a great, happy, wonderful Merry Christmas. I'm sorry that Dan couldn't, make it, but maybe you need to get out there and see him go fishing. But I'm glad you are here. I don't know what you're LOLing for, Will. Had a relative with property on the river, and we would search fields after being plowed in the spring and find all. Oh, that's really cool, John. That's awesome. Oh, okay. Yeah, JMZ. Yeah, if I come back to Charlotte, I would love to do that. And you know what else? I honestly, there's a show coming up in Michigan, a fishing show, and I was kind of thinking maybe we could do like a meetup, because I know a lot of people are in Michigan that watch my channel. I don't see Dave commenting anymore. He might not be connected anymore, but Dave and some of the others will, some of the others that obviously Adrian, a bunch of you that are in Michigan, maybe we'll do a meetup someday. And as I can grow my channel and expand, and as we can grow this community, I'd love to do meetups in the future. At this point, it doesn't, really make sense, because it's kind of a small, united crowd of, 18 to 20 people that we're talking and everything, but we're kind of spread out all across the country. So, JMZ. Okay, here we go. Disconnected off-road. Great question. I love this question. Only 30 minutes to fish. New body of water for you. Fishing from the bank. What are you throwing? Well, before I even answer that question, what I would say is this. It really, really depends on the type of water. So let's say you're fishing from the bank and there's a whole bunch of vegetation. That's obviously going to limit what you can throw. Or let's say the water is chocolate milk versus clear water. Those are obviously going to come into play with regards to what you throw. You know me, you've watched my videos. Ned rig in 60% of occasions probably is what I would start with. But if there's an extreme situation where there's a lot of vegetation or cover that I can't throw the Ned rig around, I'd probably just throw a Texas rig. And it might just be a ribbon tail worm, or it might be a baby brush hog, that sort of thing. There's lots of different baits that I like throwing in those situations. And let me know if you have any follow-up questions, Disconnected Off-Road. And I do appreciate you being here on the live chat. So thanks for stopping by. Will Hughes, nice reel or nice rod? That's a good question. I would say that for spinning gear, I would say nice reel is more important than a nice rod. For casting gear, I would probably say the same thing, but I would be more prone to spending more money on a casting rod than a spinning rod, solely due to the techniques that I'm throwing. But let's put it this way too. It also depends on any technique. So let's say that you're throwing a moving bait rod, like a crankbait or a swim jig or a spinner bait. I would care far more about the reel than the rod. But if I was throwing like a jig, I would care a little bit more about that rod, because the rod is ultimately the sensitivity. With a spinner bait, you don't really need a lot of sensitivity, do you? Because the bait is moving and you're going to feel the bite because the bite stops the bait. So I hope that makes sense. There's like 3 ponds within a mile of me. The only pond that you're supposed to fish is only got bluegill and catfish, and the other one's got like 3-pound bass. Well, Mr. Panda, I tell you what, I'm not going to tell you whether you should, fish ponds you're not allowed to fish or not. That's your choice. But hey, I will tell you this, catching bluegill is a lot of fun. You've obviously seen my ultralight videos. You've given me some suggestions, by the way, the flies under a bobber, as well as the bamboo fishing rod. I know you've given me those suggestions, and I still have them up here. It's a matter of taking the time to do them, but I do appreciate your suggestions. But yeah, go out and catch some of those bluegill. That's always fun too. Well, you could say kid. Now you guys are having conversations amongst each other. JCB, what the heck? Your stubble is dreamy. You're just trying to make me laugh. Creek are great because stuff erodes out. Absolutely, John. Yeah, the creeks, that is funny, because weathering, with any river or stream, that can change stuff over time, and so all of a sudden stuff will be uncovered that you would have never found. So the Indian artifacts thing is really cool. What's the best jig and why is it a finesse jig? I would argue that the finesse jig is not the best jig unless you fish deeper, clear reservoirs that have a lot of rock. But if you are fishing, you know, shallow, thick cover, I think that a big flippin' jig is way, way better than a finesse jig. But I know that you're obsessed with them, JCB, so I'll let you have this one. Well, for Christmas, I stocked up on Ned rig and paddle tear swim baits and jigs. JMZ, that's awesome. That's what I like to hear. You are throwing the Ned rigs all year, baby. I want to hear about the big fish that you catch, the small fish that you catch, and everything in between. If you're like me, there's gonna be a lot of fish that big. But if you're like everybody else, you'll catch mondos. Come out to Connecticut and catch some winter striped bass. Shepherd group, absolutely. Let's do this thing. I would love to do that. But, you know, I also have a job. So I'll do what I can, I promise. If I'm ever out in Connecticut, I'll definitely hit you up. That'd be a lot of fun. How excited are you about almost to be at 3K subs? I'm so excited to even be here where I'm at in the first place. I'm so excited to have all of you in the live chat. I know I might sound a little corny by answering it that way. And it is super, super motivating. Don't get me wrong. Whenever I see the subscriber number go up, I promise you that it's really motivating. But ultimately, I'm just so thankful that I have such an awesome community. And I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to even film myself fish and spend time outside in the first place and be able to have a positive impact on people's lives. So, you know, Adrian, to answer your question, I'm absolutely pumped about how far we've come and how far we're going. But I also just reflect on the fact that I do appreciate each and every moment that we get to spend on YouTube and on the internet together. So thanks, guys. Flies under a bobber. Well, you mentioned something, Panda. I can't remember exactly what your comment was, but you mentioned throwing some like flies on an ultralight setup. That's, correct me, I don't know. I'll go back and look at the comment again, but I have it noted. Don't worry. Yeah, JCB, go ahead, throw some more stuff in there. Just don't be too offensive. Last open water bass of 2018, whatever the last one I had on camera was, and that would have been like, I don't even know. I honestly don't even know, Will. It was probably like kayak fishing when it was a little bit of snow out where I caught the pike and the bass. I think that might have been my last bass, sadly. That would have been sometime in November, I think. You're worth more subs than you have, John. John, you know what? I appreciate that. But hey, the only way to, you know, get to those points and those numbers is hard work and having fun and making a lot of videos. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But we can always take over the internet, and you guys can, you know, go spread online outdoorsmen like a virus on other people's videos. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. Also, you know about the Angler magazine? It's at Walmart Cabela's, Bass Pro. I wrote an article about finesse fishing. Would you check it out? Really? You got an article in there? Hey, could you what? Hey, JMZ. I can't remember if we've ever corresponded on Instagram or Twitter or anything. Could you write me a note on there and a side note and let me know? Maybe send a picture of the cover of it, and I would love to go check it out. So I'll go pick up a magazine for you. That's great news that you got that published. January edition. Also, it's for free. Oh, it's for free. Well, even better. Merry Christmas, Ralph. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys coming by. Let me see. I'm currently looking at this in my OBS thing, so I have to sometimes check into the internet. 16 people watching. That's cool. Awesome. 16 awesome people are watching. I don't understand why it doesn't say awesome. Watch out. Here we go. Social media. Boom. This is fun. I love this thing. You know what would be beneficial, though, is having a second monitor. Unfortunately, I'm just doing this off of a laptop, but if I had 2 monitors, it would make this like even cooler. But it is fun. I'm really enjoying this live streaming stuff. You guys, as always, I want to know what your feedback is. So later on down the road, feel free to comment or reach out via social media and let me know what I could improve with regards to live streaming. I know the quality is not perfect and we've got a long ways to go to get there. But again, all that takes is a little bit of greenbacks and hopefully we'll get there. But for now, you know, just trying to have fun, and we'll just have to put up with a little bit more fuzzy video to start. Oh, hold on, I need some water. I got out on the spelling bee in 6th grade and my teacher thought I was joking. I don't know what you're talking about, Will. Okay. So really, I don't know. I covered, honestly, the random Q&A that I thought I would cover today. If there's any other topics, make sure to, speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm probably going to go back up, maybe crack open a cold one with my dad and just maybe play some cards or hang out, watch a little TV. But aside from that, if we want to talk fishing anymore, I feel like I covered a lot of random stuff. And that's really what today was going to be. I didn't have a specific topic that I wanted to talk about. It was all really about just random fishing topics. I think you said something about this already, but where can we send things to you? Send things to me as in just like notes and stuff like that. You can always just hit me up on social media. If you're talking about like actual stuff, I don't have a P.O. box and I don't feel comfortable, sharing my personal address. So maybe I can open up a P.O. box if that's what you meant. But if you meant just like sending me messages and everything, you can reach me on all forms of social media, and that's all linked in the description below. You spelled through with a PH. Will, come on, man. We got to do some spelling lessons on online outdoorsman videos. I can spell fish, F-I-S-H. I can spell Ned, N-E-D. It's pretty much all I can spell these days because this is pretty much all that's on my mind. Can we type F in the chat for... Well, I wish that, I don't know where Vinny is, guys. I don't know how many of you remember the video where I did with my friend Vinny. I haven't heard from him in a while, and I would love for him to get back. For sure, get a P.O. box. All right, Bradley. I'll have to look into it. I don't know how much it costs, but I'll check into it. Message retracted. Oh, goodness. Oh, cool. Jonathan, that's a great question. I didn't even think about that. As far as what length my slider grub is, it is literally the smallest slider grub you can get. It is basically like the diameter of a penny. I don't know why that was the way I thought of it, but it is probably about an inch. So hopefully that answers your question. But I'm going to tell you this right now, Jonathan, that chartreuse and orange color, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Sunfish absolutely hammer it. So I would definitely recommend getting that exact color. I actually just picked up some black and chartreuse ones the other day, and I think that those will work pretty well too. But the orange and chartreuse ones are just they're just money. Hey, what's up out west with Chris? I didn't know you were going to show up. I appreciate you popping in and saying hello. I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. I know you do a lot of live streams, and I apologize I haven't had a chance to make it out to any of them, but let me know if I could ever, do anything for you. I'd love to do that. If anybody has not seen Out West with Chris, he's got some cool kayak fishing videos out west. He does more than just kayak fishing. He does outdoors content as well, so make sure to go give him a follow. He's a great guy. You been to Orvis and that? Yeah, Will, I have been to that Orvis. It's been a long time, but yes, I have been there, and I love Orvis. They've got a cool shop, and they've got really cool clothes and stuff like that. If I had endless money, I would probably go spend a lot there, but it's kind of pricey. Oh, Bradley, that'd be awesome, man. I would love it if you sent some hand-tied flies. JMZ Fishing, fish. Mike, what's going on, Mike? I'm glad you had a chance to pop in. And oh yeah, no problem at all, Chris. I'm just glad you're here, and I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you watching the videos and everything. And one of these days maybe we'll get together and do a little kayak fishing. I'd love to, and I'd love to get out to California. I actually lived in the Bay Area about 3 years ago, and I just didn't do as much fishing back then. I did a lot of hiking, and so I wish that, maybe one of these days I can get out to California. We can do a little fishing, do a little filming. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And obviously Yankee, we could film and hang out with him as well. Cool. Yeah, JMZ, absolutely. Hit me up on Insta. If you open up a P.O. box, I'll send some goodies. Well, Adrian Udaman, absolutely. Yeah, well, I'll look into this whole P.O. box thing. I honestly, once I get back to Michigan, I'll just go talk to the post office, and I'll probably be there for 3 hours knowing our government. Oh, classic joke. If you talk to Nick and Trent up there. Oh, okay. They'll give you the hookup. Okay. You'll have to let me know, Will. Remind me of that, because I'll probably... Oh, well, thanks, Mr. Panda, for looking up that information for me. I didn't, I guess I forgot that we're on the internet right now and you can look it up online. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, that's not so bad, so maybe I'll have to get a P.O. box. Other than that, though, guys, you know, I could sit here and just randomly chat and answer questions all day, but it's Christmas, and I know that all of you, just the same as me, you probably got some other things that you want to do. You've probably got some people that you want to spend some time with. You've probably got some tasty coffee that you need to indulge in, potentially a brewski. So I want to make sure that you get the chance to do that. I appreciate each and every one of you, you know, supporting me in 2018 and supporting what we're doing. And when I say me, I don't mean me. Supporting this community, supporting the goals of this whole online outdoorsman thing. It's really to inspire a love for the outdoors. So as we go into 2019 this year, let's all think about how we can go out there and help more people find a love for the outdoors. And obviously, I'm going to keep making videos, and I appreciate all of your recommendations, and I'm definitely going to take those into account when I make videos this year. But as we move into 2019, let's all just see what we can do to get more people outside and to spread a love for the outdoors. So thanks so much for watching today. Chris, thank you so much for that comment, and JMZ, you as well, and each and every one of you for being active on the community. It's just unbelievable how far we've come. You know, no stopping in sight. We're just going to keep on fishing, keep on filming, keep on hiking, keep on camping, just keep on spending time outside. If I had Karma with me, I'd have her come over here, but she's upstairs. But either way, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I could just sit here and thank you for an hour, but I probably don't need to waste your time. So have a great day, and we'll check you later.